Tecca, Lil Tecca back with the dreadlock game 4 years later since the last review, and he's definitely showing some length. It went from about his eyebrow length all the way down to, let's say, his collarbone at this point. But this was the shot that made me want to revisit his locks today, because it's looking like his roots have been left to grow in quite naturally. No retwisting or no interlocking happening straight upon the roots these days, and this is typically known as a semi freeform, but ultimately this is the healthier way to approach maintain dreadlocks, because it's allowing for the new growth in the scalp to have so much more room to work with, so much more growth, and so much more air to get to the roots, and just all that much less tension going on, because there's no tightening down right down to the scalp. Now, I am a fan of the way he is rocking the bandana, more kind of like a hippie style, where you tie the bandana over some dreadlocks that are already fallen down. You're not using it to tie them up or tie them back out of the way, but using them to tie them down to the sides of your head. So it is a pretty attainable look. It's very recognizable. It reminds me of artists like Jimi Hendrix. He used to wear the headband tied around his afro quite a bit. So also, by allowing the roots to grow in like this, it does aim to create thicker dreadlocks, especially compared to what he's got on the ends and where he originally started his journey. His locks were very twisted, loosely, but all in all, I am happy that he has decided to stay on his dreadlock journey after all these years. Now, clearly, Lil Tecca, I feel like his hair grows pretty slow, at least compared to myself anyways, because after 4 years, I feel like his hair could be a lot longer, unless of course he did have a trim happen. And since he's been letting his roots grow in a lot freer and natural these days, it could also be the reason why he is wearing the bandana the way he is, to kind of pull down and hide the frizzy hair that is going on. But I'm not sure why one would want to hide that frizzy hair. That's the nattiness that needs to be embraced. Truthfully, Lil Tecca's dreadlocks are at the optimal length at the moment as well, where they're not too long and they're getting in the way, and they're not too short that they're kind of acting all awkwardly out of place. I for one would like to see where his dreadlock journey continues down the road, and if or if not, he is going to let them Congo up and get thicker upon the roots as well. It's kind of trippy here because Tecca is actually giving off like a real young Wiz Khalifa vibe in this video as well. I mean, Tecca's only 21 years old and he's got a long way to go in terms of his life in general. But the question is, will he have the same longevity in dreadlocks and a music career that Wiz Khalifa has? So it's pretty clear to see that Lil Tecca isn't actually maintaining the roots of his locks anymore. I think this looks fantastic in this manner as well. For me, there's something about seeing the scalp of a dreadhead that isn't partitioned and separated, showing all the tightness and the pulling of the scalp. Like, it looks a lot cleaner, and actually Tecca's locks are looking extremely clean. No debris, no buildup, no dander at all, no lint. So kudos for him for his washing routine. And as I said before, I truly hope this turns into a thicker journey as well. Let them Congos go on. So I guess at the end of the day, I want to know what you guys think about Lil Tecca's current progression on his dreadlock journey. Would you consider these semi-freeform, or just straight up maintain locks at this point? And lastly, I want to know if any of you guys have a New Year's resolution to bring in 2024. And I know resolutions are kind of like outdated at this point, so maybe it's just some goals that you would like to attain this year. I'd love to know in the comment section down below what you're currently thinking about, goal orientation wise. So until next time, peace out, one love, stay happy and natty, and subscribe if you're new. Holla back.